Hello there. I am so glad you're here tonight. You are listening to Paranormal Experience with Kat Hobson. This is going to be fun. The old adage, we're getting the band back together, has never been more true. Okay? We are we are going to be having a good time. I am joined tonight by Lori Dorsey. Y'all all know her. She is my partner in crime. We have a good time and travel and all that other stuff. So she is here and doesn't really need an introduction. But this chick, I'm telling you, I'm so excited because this is a dear friend of mine. She is somebody that I love spending time with. She puts up with me pretty well too. But she is the owner of the Old Paulding Jail, which I am sure that y'all saw on Portals to Hell. She is the owner of this jail, which is probably easily one of the most haunted places I have ever been in, no matter where I was. This jail has the most interactive spirits of any place that I know. She is the founder of 187 PI. She is she's put together a great team. She really has. She has psychic fairs, she has healing sessions, she has brilliant tarot readers. Y'all have heard Christopher Jensen here. He does work there. He's one of her great friends. And she is somebody who, she's one of my best friends, period. So when she's in the mood, she is the founder. She is the host of Ghost Talk Radio and amazing, Shelly Robertson. So hello,
Yay,
Shelly.
hello.
Yay.
Yay.
What an introduction. Bravo.
Well, you do the work, you get the credit for that.
Well, my
And you
work is
do.
never done, I'll tell you that.
Well, it's because you're always adding something else to your list.
Yeah, or the spirits are adding something more to the
They
list
do.
as well.
And they direct you pretty well too. So
They
it's
do.
really funny. But
They do.
they're so smart and they're so aware. And your jail is the first place I've ever been that had that kind of interaction with spirits. I mean, they're your friends.
Yeah, they really are. I can say these days, I probably talk more to the dead than I do the living.
Well, I could see that. And I do know that's true. Like I talk more to the dogs than I do to the humans, right? So it's kind of the same thing.
It's so crazy because when I have a question, I'll be like, okay, I need to have a session, and I'll turn on the portal or something and go to talk to the spirits. I'm like, hello, friends, I have questions. And sometimes they're on board, and sometimes I have this recorded. They're like, oh, not again.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yes, they've said that. And it's so funny. I'm
Well,
like, you have to answer, and I'll quit asking it. You know what I mean?
I do. Well, I just love your spirits because they didn't massacre me that day. So, I think that turned out pretty well for me. So, and, I tell people that. For our listeners, Shelly owns the jail where I had that really weird paranormal experience where every spirit in that jail was pissed off at me. And that was where the doors were banging. I'm hearing them bang. My producer at the time is hearing them bang through the computer system. Everything is going on and nothing is physically moving in front of us, right, Shelly?
Yes.
I mean, it was the most bizarre thing. And to date, nothing has, there was an incident at Old South Pittsburgh that's close, but nothing has ever topped that experience at the Old Paulding Jail. And Shelly got her said portal out, and we had a conversation, came to an understanding. She refereed, and
they dictated where we could do the show, basically.
They did, yes, and we minded.
Yeah, we had no choice.
I was minding. Well, I figured if they could make all that racket, then they could make racket on my head should they take a notion to. But well, I mean, because there is poltergeistic stuff that happens, and not there so much. But I mean, stuff does move there.
Yes,
but it doesn't generally get thrown at people.
No.
I was a little worried about those cell doors, though.
So,
Really?
a really funny incident happened not too long ago. Vincent had a job. Vincent's my husband, and he builds cell towers for a living, and they were in Van Wert, and they were in Paulding, also putting up a new tower in Paulding not too long ago. And so his crew had never seen the jail, so he took them over there to show them the jail. They were in the bottom floor cell block. And you know, when you're walking the catwalk at the back, there's that door. And one of the guys was going to close it when they were finished. And Vincent's like, no, they don't like it closed. They will slam it shut if you leave it open. Mm-hmm. So the guys just left it open purposefully. By the time Vincent said they got out of the block, they were in the kitchen. And they heard a big wham. And then that guy wanted to leave.
I bet he did. Vincent's trying to tell him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, but I mean they do that.
We've even checked that. The door is not unlevel. It's, you know what I mean? It's, they like what they like.
Yeah.
They do like what they like.
Mm-hmm.
But, and you know, what's funny, like for your parties, for your investigations, people sleep there.
Yeah.
And I slept there that night of that incident. I had to take a shower there. And I was just like, no, don't do that. And so, yeah.
I tell them they're not allowed to be in the shower room when I'm taking a shower. That's what I'm saying. If I ever hear one, if one ever talks to me while I'm naked in the shower, oh my gosh.
Well, that's going to be a whole different conversation. But I was worried because they had already been so upset, right? And I felt like we had achieved a truce. I was pretty good with that. And, you know, I'm like, oh, no. So got through it, got upstairs, went to bed. I was like, nope. And that was the time that they messed with my Sirius radio too, because, you know, when I got in the car, they put on Ghost in This House. It skipped from a Kenny Chesney song.
Yeah.
And went to Ghost in This House. And I'm like, bye guys.
Like we don't already know.
But they've always been nice to me. I mean, I have. They talk to me when I call you. I mean, Rick McCollum is still flipped out about that.
Yeah, and they still reference you, as a matter of fact.
I haven't been there in forever.
Yeah. Oh, they know who you are for sure. Which was so ironic. Like, okay, folks listening, the three of us did not know each other prior to me purchasing this jail. We didn't know each other.
Nope.
And we had it for a while when we met.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what I found out through some research, because I mean, there's all kinds of rabbit holes, and I've just found out so much information. I mean, it could be days worth of shows, but here is something very interesting. So I know these things were meant to come together. For one, I got a wild hair one day because the spirits will give me bits and pieces and tell me little bits of information. And so then I got to dig around. But what I found out was it was Cat's, what was he, your great grandfather, Cat, that was the
Yes.
very first sheriff in that building.
Yeah.
And he's from Georgia. And when I found that, I was like, you're not going to believe this. She's
And
like,
I didn't.
and the whole story is out about him coming to Paulding from Georgia to be Paulding County's sheriff.
Yeah.
And then he lived in Paulding and he lived somewhere else there for a while.
Muncie.
And
He was in Muncie.
yeah, Muncie. And it was just like, this is unbelievable.
Well, and that was out of all the things with the tree, that was the most unbelievable so far for me, because what were those odds? Right?
That is just amazing, amazing, amazing. Because I couldn't find the information on the first sheriff, like the little sheriff book that they put out. And I'm like, I need to know. And I come across it because I was looking for who built the building, which there's no records of that anywhere anymore. And that's when it sent me to looking at least, okay, who was the first sheriff here? If I can't find who built it, And I was just like, that's totally unbelievable.
Well, because you said it was Spouts, right? And isn't that the right name?
No,
was-
it was Brad. What's the name? Let me think. Is it Braswell? What is
Braswell.
it?
It is Braswell.
Braswell. Yes.
And so, but there was, because with Muncie, my grandpa was Braswell. My Aunt Louise, my mom's Aunt Louise was Edna Braswell Fouts, who lived in Muncie. And so I was just like, this is weird. This is getting weird and weird and weird. But he was in my tree in Georgia. And there's so much. I mean, I lose track of the details with this stuff. I'm not as good as you with keeping that up. But, it just blows my mind all the time.
I was like, what are the odds of this? This is so crazy.
Yeah, because didn't you find my grandpa in that period, with the Braswells Braswells going back from my grandpa?
Yeah, and Lori was sitting there when we first figured out the tree situation.
Yeah. It started clicking.
Yeah.
It started clicking.
Well, that's the most bizarre thing I've actually ever come across.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that you were able to pick up and understand that.
Well, I think what it is, and you can weigh in on some of this, Lori. We learned so much about the other side doing the 9/11 investigations. We've learned a lot.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, when we had our theories and we had our questions, and for 4 years
4 years.
4 years in a row. And then this last year is when we got pretty much what we thought was going to happened. We went to we found the train station, we found the longitude and latitude, and we went there, and set up the box, and we were just throwing it out there because the sheriff at the time when he would catch the train from Paulding, he said he left at 10. So
in his horse and buggy, mind you all.
Yeah, his horse and buggy. He said he left at 10. And when we were checking train station, there was one directly behind the jail, and we didn't think that made any sense. So we found out there was another one in Laddie.
Yes.
Would be just about the right amount of time that he could take his horse and buggy from Paulding to Laddie. And Laddie was a station that went to New York. And we found,
and Laddie's in Paulding County too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And the longitude and latitude, we figured it out. It was a flat spot next to the train station. I mean, you couldn't.
The pad markings is still there.
Yeah, but there's nothing else in there. That's what we figured. So we got there, what was it, 10:15, 10:20 or something like that. We were chatting. We said, I wonder what time the train would have come through if he left at 10, because he would have to get his ticket. He'd have to get, up on the platform, wait for the train, load up, and then head out. And we were guessing, and we were talking and trying to figure it out. And all of a sudden at 10:30, ding, 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 ding. And the things came down, and we both looked at each other and said, what are the odds?
And a voice come out and said, there's the train. And we're like, where is it?
The Invisitrain.
And it was coming around the corner. And we set up the box, and we put the recorder box beside it, which good thing you did, because we never would have heard. We could hear something, but we couldn't hear it.
Right, because the train was so loud.
So loud, because we were right beside the track. And I mean, it was just like you could rumble. You could feel the train, the kinetic energy was just amazing on those tracks. We were both like, what is happening?
Right, because I'm telling you, paranormally, it lit up.
Yeah.
When that train was coming.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because when it was in that corner, you could hear the box starting to fire up, because there was nothing on it beforehand.
No talking at all.
No. We were just, and Shelly and I were talking, wondering, I wonder what time, the train would have come through. I wonder what time, this, and
I had no idea that a train still drove the tracks, but it wasn't a passenger train. It was a cargo train, but it doesn't matter. What we learned from that was there probably was some residual activated, but there definitely was some intelligent.
Yeah, because they were when we would ask questions, like Shelly said, can I get a ticket? And, is it too late to get a ticket, or, something to do?
I asked how much the ticket was. They said $7.
Yeah.
And we cross-referenced every bit of information we could get.
Yeah.
Right.
I found an old ticket.
Yep. And it was
from Laddie. And it was the timing. That is so bizarre. But here's
you were supposed to, though.
Yeah, but here is something important that we learned from this. People have their theories on kinetic energy and stuff. I'm going to tell you, we didn't do this just once. We went back to that train station a few times.
Oh, yeah.
And the same things happened every time. While the conversation might have went a little differently, it was the kinetic energy that come off of them iron rails with those trains. It's a good amount.
It fired it up. That's for sure.
Yes, because every time prior to, and like I would say within 30 seconds afterwards, dead again. No more.
There was no.
So kinetic energy really does do that. We're sure of it. Now, how much do you need at any type of location to activate it? Now that we don't know, but we do know that train lights it up.
Oh, big time.
Well, I mean, that's such a powerful source.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, so that's logical, but I mean, we've seen stuff with small things. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
which never fails to blow my mind too. But this, to me, the fact that y'all worked so hard for so long.
We did.
And I mean, it was an annual event, but there was the legwork and the research and stuff going into it through the course of the year, getting ready for the next year's investigation.
Right. Because we get
back up.
Yeah. Because we get a little bit, so and then we have to plan for the next year because it's over. That's over.
And you have more questions because of what you got for that investigation. I mean,
we also learned that, people think that spirits are time and space. Blink, they're there and there. Well, let me tell you, otherwise.
We've had
what did we learn, Lori, about how they travel?
Yeah, when they leave the jail, they go to their own timeline.
Yes.
Because I think what was it, the third time you started asking train numbers because we thought they were all on the same train.
No, they're not.
They were throwing out numbers and we were writing them down and trying to, where did you
cross-reference everything?
What train station did you go out of? And we had, the one, and he said Paulding, but I'm sure it's the one he met in Laddie.
Yeah, because Paulding County.
Yeah, it's Paulding County, and then there was the one in
the sheriff went to Muncie.
Yeah, there was Muncie.
Oh, no, South Bend. I'm sorry, South Bend.
South Bend. Yeah, South. Mm-hmm. There were several of them went to South Bend. The one
we don't have really figured out is one of them said they took the bus. Now we don't have that one figured out.
Mm-mm.
So I don't really know where he got on the bus at, or I don't know much more about the bus.
Yeah, and some of them said they got in their car and went to the train station.
Uh-huh.
And the other sheriff said, he took his horse and buggy. So when they leave there, I mean, they can see each other at the jail. We figured that out. But once they leave that area, I guess, or the whatever, they don't see each other.
No, they're in their own timelines. They travel like they did in their timeline. It's like, I'm going to say this. They're living their best life.
Yeah. But
how bizarre.
But once they get to, because they would go to the 9/11 memorial, they would see each other.
Yes, at the memorial. So that must be some portal type of place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It would almost have to be with all the souls that were lost there that day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that is a meeting place as well. And I call the jail a meeting place because that's the only way I can explain
meeting place or something.
How this is happening.
Yeah. And it's been pretty consistent each time, other than the second year when we were getting the same response until we got Mike, whoever he was, and they had a fight and gunshots.
Let me tell you, the sheriff's was having a knockdown brawl with somebody that showed up at the jail by the name of Mike. You could hear the gunshots. You could hear the fighting.
Yeah.
It sounded like furniture smashing. It was.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That took a 180.
Yeah. That was the second year, I think, right? The second year that went wild.
Yeah. And the wildest part was the portal box was still on and the SP7
was dead.
And it was still, you could still hear stuff coming through the portal. It was
wow.
It was.
And I'm going to tell you, that portal does that. That portal.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to give credit because isn't that a Huff portal?
Yes. And I will tell you.
Best thing I've ever seen in my life.
Not the first year, but every year subsequently after that, I let that SB7 go dead. I've snapped pictures, I've snapped the videos, and you're hearing them just talking away
Oh yeah.
with no scan radio.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
so it's like, just a what is amplifier. That's it.
yeah.
Mhm.
It's
And
crazy.
you will never convince me that that's not, because remember that day that I was up there in the kitchen with Vincent and I was slicing and dicing, getting ready for the party.
Uh-huh.
And it was just me and Vincent in the kitchen, and yeah, we're chatting and I'm slicing vegetables and whatever. And so Vincent and I are chatting and working, and yeah, every so often the portal pops out with a comment, and I just respond to that as I'm going, and I'm just having a conversation all the way around the room.
Uh-huh.
And I look over at Vincent, and Vincent's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Well, you hear him, right?" Vincent did not like that.
No,
And
he doesn't
he
like
does
him
not
calling
like
out his name either. He'll just like, I'm out, and he goes to the office or somewhere.
well, it's I will give him credit though, because he did not run off and leave me in the kitchen by myself. So but that's when, I mean, I already knew they were real because I know you. And I also knew they were real because I thought they were going to bop me on the head. And then, in the kitchen, and they're participating in mine and Vincent's conversation.
Yes.
And so, I'm just like, but his face when I looked over at him was just like, her too, I mean, it was, that's
But
what
the
it looked
best
like.
part about all of this was yet to come that we discovered. It was, what was it? The third year, Lori, we discovered about the tree.
Yep.
And
Yep.
come to find out,
Mm-hmm.
the three of us here talking tonight are all distantly related.
We are.
And we never knew.
No,
We didn't.
had no clue.
The spirits let us know about that.
Mm-hmm. And you started
And
writing names and parents' names and grandparents' names, and it was like the pieces were falling together. And
Yeah.
the other thing that I noticed, and you were right about one thing, is everybody that kept coming back was in the tree.
Yes.
And it was to the point where you just knew the people that kept coming back or were really comfortable being in there.
Yeah.
Yes.
They were in the tree. I mean, just
Yeah.
I mean, I have no issues spending the night there.
No, I'd do it again.
Yeah.
I love being in there.
I get my best sleep there, but I mean, I won't sleep in the cell blocks, but
No.
No.
No cell blocks.
Well, I've never really had a chance to. I probably would not sleep in the first floor cell blocks.
No.
But I know other people have a problem with the second floor, but I've never had anything negative happen there. And I haven't had anything happen negative anywhere. I just pissed them off and they reacted. So it wasn't that they sought me out to be ugly or anything. It was just
Right.
boneheaded on my part. But they're not bad spirits. And I just find it so interesting that, that first night that I spent the night there and all of that was happening, we didn't know each other very well.
Mm-mm.
And, Shelly and I had come from Scarefest to come over there. And that was my first time understanding what was going on there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a little nervous sleeping because of what had happened.
Right.
Because I'm hearing them move stuff that's not moving. I'm hearing those doors slamming shut. And, and Shelly heard them too. It wasn't just me. And it was so bizarre because, and my producer at the time, Todd, was because I was trying to do a live show and we were testing the connection. And he's like, I hear them. I'll let you know when it's time to go. And I'm
Yeah.
like, because I'm getting mad. Total ridiculous reaction. But when Todd said you need to go, I was like, all right, pick up my stuff and go. And but Shelly will tell you I was mad. I was just like, we need that portal on. We need coffee and we need that portal on. And so, you know, and that's Shelly coordinated the conversation and refereed and explained things. And ever since then, I wouldn't hesitate to sleep there at all. And I wouldn't hesitate to really sleep anywhere in there. But I do like having a nice bed. So
Right,
that's good.
right.
Yeah, those,
But,
those
yeah,
beds in that room are pretty nice.
Yeah. But I mean, they don't have animosity.
Oh no. Mm-mm.
You know, when they understood what was going on, they were like, oh, really?
And then they're
And
like, they still let us know we couldn't do it in the cell block, but they
they were
told
serious.
us, yeah, they told us where we could do it.
Yeah.
So we
And-
carted everything to the 3rd floor.
Yes, we did. Everything.
And we had 100-foot Ethernet cable to
Yes,
make sure we stayed connected.
I'm
We
so
were
glad I brought
hardwired.
that with me though, because I knew I was going to need that. I just didn't know I was going to have to go up 3 flights of stairs to get. I'm glad it was that long. But you know, these are such intelligent, sentient spirits. I mean, these are not like zombie kind of things. I mean,
no.
these are humans who are still there for whatever purpose, reason. And I know some of them are afraid to cross, but
I'm not even so sure it's that anymore. You know,
I think
not
there's
to
2 that
contradict
are.
you, not to contradict you or anything, but there might be a few, but I'm not even sure. I'm almost thinking on the wavelength of energy, the dimensional, that kind of thing. That's
Right.
That's kind of where all of this is leading me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, so when I die, where's my best life at? You know, where am I gonna be? Oh boy.
Yeah. Good thing you
What
like
level am I gonna be on?
I think it's a good thing that you like there.
Yeah.
But, you know, seriously, they are who kind of alleviated my fear of death. I mean, understanding the little bit that I do about their situations.
Yes.
I do think that there is 1, maybe 2 that don't want to leave there because they were concerned about what might happen if they left. But
yeah, and I generally think that they're not stuck at least
I don't think they're stuck.
at the jail. With the research we've been doing, I think they're carrying on. What do you say about that, Lori? What do you think?
Oh yeah. They're
Yeah.
the only one that I was concerned about was Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He even the sheriff said he didn't believe he was dead.
Yeah.
And
So-
even if he told him, he still didn't believe it.
Right.
So that's the only, out of everybody that I've had interaction with, from Tom to the sheriffs to all of them, Bob's the one I'm worried about, because if he hasn't accepted,
That's what the sheriff said.
Yeah.
The sheriff said, and this is Sheriff Keeler telling us.
Yeah.
He said that Bob hasn't accepted he's dead. And he almost said the whole sentence, didn't he, Lori?
Yep. Yes, he did. Yep.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why he can't see us.
Yeah, he can't see us.
He can't see
Because
us.
he's not in that space.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. And that, out of everybody that I've had interaction with, that's the only one that concerns me. You know, the rest of them, I think they come and go. I think they, it's like, I don't think they stay there all the time. I think they come in and they leave. Like the kids, you know, they go visit Jenna and they go, you know, they come and go. They're not
Yes.
stuck there. They just like staying there because they get to talk to everyone.
Uh-huh.
But when
And it's
they
a safe place too.
right.
Yes.
And like I said, this is my opinion, but you know, when they leave that space and they, you know, they go live their best life, or they go visit people that they want to go visit, or whatever they want to do, you know, but when they come back there, they know they can talk and visit with people and see people again, but then they know they can leave, you know. But like I said, when we did that study from the 9/11 thing, you know, that just reinforced what I figured had happened is, you know, because this, what was our little simple question was, do you guys know about 9/11?
Yeah.
And that just like, boom. Yes, they do. My goodness. You know, and then each year you have to ask the right questions. The verbiage is very important.
It is.
And
That's why it took 4 years to
Yeah.
get all of the research done.
because we weren't completely asking the correct questions.
Well, especially the first year, because I wasn't expecting a whole lot. We didn't know.
No, had no
I was
clue.
just expecting them to say, yeah, we know about it, or
Yeah.
we don't know about it. I wasn't expecting anything that transpired.
Mm-hmm. And then it just kind of parlayed from there, because then we, you know, we knew they were coming back on a train. Well, because
They told us Amtrak. They told us Amtrak.
Right. But the weirdest part was when we first started talking, there was nothing. There was nobody
Right.
the first year. There was no interaction of anything. And
No spirits in the building.
there was nothing.
That's what blew me away when y'all were telling me that, because I'm just like, but there's so many.
Yeah.
And they lived there.
They
Yeah.
were at the memorial.
They
Yeah,
were.
but it was just such a surprise when y'all shared that, because I'm like, they all left?
Yeah.
I mean, that
Yeah.
was bizarre.
And then they what we come to find out is the children didn't go. They even organized a sitter for the children.
Yeah. We found that out
Yes.
Second year for sure.
here for sure. But I think it was the third year we found out it was.
She was in Sheriff Staley's timeline.
Yeah. She would come in because the kids were about that same time too.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, so.
And she had she had a dog.
Yeah, she had a dog that would bark, and
Mm-hmm.
and we found her name and information about her back in that time period, and
They would have been about the same age, the sheriff and her, right around the same. Mm-hmm.
And so they let us know that Sheriff Staley knew her.
Yeah,
he knew her. And I was like, this is just so crazy. They get a sitter for the kids.
Yeah.
These are ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the kids came down the second year and started playing music. You know how I am with the music.
Yeah.
And my REM pod got in the doorway between, you know, the hallway and to go upstairs to the where we would sleep. I'd have a REM pod down there, and those kids would go down with that, and they would
Get out
to the music.
I think you
Yeah.
got them on SLS dancing around it the one year.
Yeah, that one year. And
That's so cool.
me with Elvis, it was
I
Elvis,
do.
and I was doing Elvis and Johnny Cash and the Righteous Brothers and all of them. And I mean, I had a flashlight on the floor and it was pulsating to the music too. I mean,
And look, we weren't pumping that music through no big stereo system.
yeah.
It was through her phone.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep.
So and it was in the kitchen. We were in the kitchen, and
Yep.
all of this was in the foyer area. So there is no way,
Mm-mm.
no vibrations from her phone music
Yeah.
was setting that flashlight to the
Yeah.
beat.
To the beat. I mean, it was crazy. It was so crazy. And that happened the second year and the third year. Now, the fourth year, this last year we did, they weren't there. The kids weren't there. And I think they were with Jenna
Yeah,
because
I think they went to.
Jenna's dog passed away. And
Uh-huh.
I think they were with the dog that had passed away, Cookie. I think it was Cookie.
Yep.
Yeah. And this was the first year that they didn't mess with the not the SLS, the REM pod. Because usually, they
They
mess.
were having their fun with the dog.
Yeah. They were playing with the dog, So, but this year, in September when we went out to the train track, that's what just holy crap.
Well, and the funny thing of it was too, at the end.
Yeah.
At the train station.
Yeah.
The train had long went by,
Mm-hmm.
and someone was still talking to us.
Yep.
Which was odd.
Yeah.
Because normally about 30 seconds after the train goes by, then they're done.
Yep.
But a voice said over the box, "Now you can go back to Paulding."
Yeah. Back to Paulding.
And I'm like,
Did
okay.
they send? Was it like you were being sent back, or
like
you're free to go now? Or
like we got all the information that we're gonna get. You know what I mean? There,
Yeah. Like this is
really
it.
is nothing more unless we dug into South Bend train station or dug into New York. But I feel that we'll find the same happenings. I really do think we'd find the same happenings if we were to go to those places.
Mm-hmm.
do you know what I think would be really interesting? Would be to I don't know where the actual train of that nature is,
Uh-huh.
and I don't know that I go down into any of them right now. But it would be interesting to see if you could find out where that train comes into New York.
Oh, yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
and be there on 9/11
when they get off the train.
when they get off.
Get off of the train. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We know what time they get there.
Yeah.
It said 6:30.
Mm-hmm.
They told us they get into New York at 6:30. So we know what time in the morning.
Yeah.
We know what time they get there.
Mm-hmm. Because they get there a half an hour before the festivities start.
Yeah, because I was like, okay, that's awful early, Lori. I said, let's look up the 9/11 schedule. And for families and stuff, it starts at 7 a.m. And I'm like, this is just unbelievable.
Yeah, we go, well,
Well, they have a lot of names to go through.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I
It
did
has to start early.
I did find that name when
Yes.
we went to Scotland. We got
And that's so bizarre because I think, what are the odds of that happening? And New York is where they put us down. I'm going to land. Yeah, I have no radar. Nobody can see me. I can't see anybody. But let's put down at JFK. Busiest airport in the country. And I'm just like,
mm-hmm.
I can't believe this is happening.
Yeah.
So we did. We got up and
we took
we
off.
called Shelly for the name,
Mm-hmm.
and we found her.
It was just really close to where we were standing, just a few feet away. And I just closed my eyes and said, "Okay, where are you?" And I just followed where I thought it was going to be, and there she was, an unborn.
So, what I find very interesting is if you would have had some kind of recording apparatus or something, would you have got some talking? It's possible.
Oh yeah.
Well, we didn't think of that
No.
because we had our phones, and I get great EVPs on my phones.
Mm-hmm.
You
But there was
know, and
there was a lot of people there.
yeah.
Oh, there's always a lot of people there. I mean,
So to get a clean EVP, I don't know. We might have, maybe, but where we found her, there was a whole group of people standing.
it was toward a corner.
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know, but
And if people are wondering about this name that they're talking about, it was the first year
mm-hmm,
that we learned about them going to the memorial,
mm-hmm,
and when they
she,
were coming back,
mm-hmm,
we had the portal still running. We started to hear a baby cry,
mm-hmm,
and we asked who the baby belonged to, and this woman pipes up and says, "Me," and we're like, "Who are you?"
yeah,
And they said the name, and the sheriff was bringing her to the jail for some unknown reason. We don't have that figured out. Maybe if I dug a little deeper into that, which I have not as of yet, just because there's just so much.
she
Yeah.
was invited,
Who knows? Maybe she's in the tree too. I don't know.
but yeah,
I would say that's a pretty good guess
yeah,
Yeah.
based on
mm-hmm,
all the rest of us being in the tree. I mean,
yeah,
I have more kinfolk up there than I have down here.
Yeah. I mean,
So,
we first brought this stuff to Kat, she's like, I don't have any family up north. I said, I don't think that's going to matter. Let's do a little check to see,
yeah,
and there we go.
Yeah. So,
And I was so sad because everybody else, I wanted to be related to everybody else too.
well,
So
you are.
I know, right? But it was so bizarre because, you know, because I had started, because of you, I had started looking at my tree,
Yeah.
right? And then out of the blue, Facebook, I had a message from this woman who said, I'm your fourth cousin on the Duke side. And we have a lot of the same skills.
Uh-huh.
And I would like to talk to you. Don't be afraid. I would like to talk to you. She lives in South Alabama. And she has almost my exact skill set.
wow,
But she sees bodies and I don't see bodies. I see light. But it's just kind of like, this is random, So and we talk on Facebook. I mean, she's artsy craftsy and stuff, but we talk on Facebook, and it's really funny because every time I go down, I'm like, "Do you want to meet somewhere?" She's like, "No, I'm good." And I'm not that bad, but I figure I'll get her down to the beach one day because they do go down there. But so now and I didn't know she was in my family tree. When I started looking, this wasn't somebody that I had, gone through. So now she has sent me a link to her daughter's ancestry tree. And so I'm going through there looking at all these people, and I'm like, I know all of these names
yeah,
because, the generation or two behind me,
mm-hmm,
because there's a lot of family names.
mm-hmm,
But yeah, it's just like, wow,
yeah,
this is so wild. And my grandma was a 6 foot tall, dark skinned lady who was obviously had a lot of native blood. And her dad was so mean to her because of that. And when she wanted to get married to my grandpa, who was the Braswell, they sent her to New York to get her away from him because he wasn't the kind of person that they wanted her to marry. And he went and got her.
Huh.
And so, so the Braswells have apparently always been strong headed and, prone to weirdness. And so then, it's just, crazy. And that aunt, my grandpa's sister that lived in Muncie, she was like a big military deal in the military. I mean, a medical person in the military. She had so many presidential honors and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, at least that one got them, because none of the rest of us, we're mainly horse thieves and publishers. So not
Right.
really. But because my aunt was like, be careful what you look for, because you don't know what you're going to find. And I didn't really care, because I thought it was so fun that we were all doing stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
But when you told me that, yeah, there's a Braswell, this is the Braswell, and I'm like, you have a sheriff was a Braswell? Because I had never seen the list of sheriffs.
Mm-hmm.
The
So-
first sheriff
Yeah.
of that
I mean-
building.
But I mean, and I had just started looking at the Braswell side, what, probably that year or the year before, just playing with it. And yeah, there were law enforcement people in Georgia. So, but then when there were Braswells in Muncie, because I'm sure Louise didn't go up there by herself, but you know, it was trippy dippy. It was still trippy dippy. And
It
y'all
tends
found
to
out
be
so much.
so strange to where, I have privates in the building. I have public ghost hunts now and again. I can just tell now, this is so weird, by looking at the people, by talking, interacting with the people.
Yeah.
I will be like, hey, I think that you might be in my family tree. Can we check? And I've never been wrong.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is so strange now.
But it's so cool, because there's a certain type of person that's drawn. And so now
Mm-hmm.
it looks like it's not just spiritually drawn, it's genetically drawn.
Mm-hmm.
And
Genetic,
that's a
yes.
different spin on what brings us into this field.
Mm-hmm.
Or what, or I think that things just aren't, I think things are purposefully happening.
Yeah, I
they're
agree.
purposeful.
Mm-hmm.
All of the things, whether it's good things that's happening in your life, it's bad things happening in your life, it's purposeful for something. You just have to open your eyes and analyze the situation,
Mm-hmm.
which the spirits at the jail have taught me to watch all details,
Well, you were pretty good at that to start with. You're one of the most
I missed
detail-oriented people I know.
but I missed it for a minute. I missed it for a while. They had to
It
about,
was so random.
yeah, and they
I mean-
about had to knock me down with information. But then I dig things too. When that fella showed up, there was a fella that showed up at the jail second year, I do believe it was, and his name was Ed. And
Yeah.
I thought, and this was during the time no spirits are in the building. This was on 9/11, and I'm like, because I leave the box on, and I'm
Yeah.
like, well, this is odd. Are you Ed Staley? The old sheriff? He said, no.
No.
I said, what's your last name? And he told us.
Yeah.
I said, how'd you get? I said, why aren't you at the memorial? And he said he'd been there before.
Yeah.
And I said, how'd you get here? He said he drove.
Yeah.
And I said, it's okay that you're here, but why are you here?
Mm-hmm.
He said he was waiting for his wife.
Mm-hmm.
And that Mike was also who causing a ruckus that first year.
That first year. Second
He
year.
was second year. Yeah. He was waiting for his girlfriend.
Yep.
That's what the whole big issue was in the end. So that's why I'm like, I still have not quite figured out.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I need 9/11 research to do this. Going forward, I haven't figured out why are they meeting there. Like this Ed character, his wife was the relative.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
She's the one who was in the tree. And he was
How old
waiting
is
for her to get
how
there.
long has he been gone?
Well,
I mean,
at
what?
that time, this is in September, mind you. He had died in June. We
Mhm.
found the obituaries.
Yeah.
And
Right.
she died the previous December.
Mm-hmm.
So he showed up there and he was waiting for his wife.
To get there.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
That has since happened. So
Yeah.
So did they make an assignation to be there? I mean, did they
I-
plan?
like I do not know this. I don't know
Because they don't
why.
tell you.
They haven't
Did you
told me.
ask?
You
I
can
mean, did you
Well,
ask?
well, it was so startling.
Yeah.
And then I'm digging, and this is when I find out about the tree, and the mic thing happened too. And it's like, I don't know yet why they are meeting there. I do not know, but I do know this. We have a lot of spirits, and Lori can attest to this. She's been there so much.
Mm-hmm.
We will have spirits talk that we don't know who they are, and they haven't given us our name. And then there's occasions where someone will come to a public event, or somebody
Mm-hmm.
will come privately, and that same, because you get to know the voices, whether you know their names or not, you know the voices. They're all different, just like
Right.
me, you, and Lori's voice is different.
Oh yeah.
When their person comes to the jail, we learn their name.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It has to be the right person.
Yeah.
Yep, and they'll give the name.
Yeah. Well, like it took us forever to get Ruby.
Oh,
You know.
it did. It took 4
Yeah.
years. It took 4 years until the right person came.
Yep.
And it was Melody, and
Yep.
she was a direct descendant from them.
Mm-hmm.
And I told her, I said, hey, she come for a private. I didn't know her,
Nope.
but she said she was, was psychic. I said, hey, I've been working. There's a woman upstairs. Her name is Ruby. I didn't know her name. I called her Miss Lady. I said, there's a woman upstairs here. I call her Miss Lady. I've been trying all this time since I bought the jail to get her name. If you, maybe she'll give it to you. I don't know. Can you check? And come to find out, and this was later we found this out. She did give the name, but it was later in the tree that we found out that Mel was a direct descendant. And so that has happened a couple of times, which made me know now, if there won't, just refuse to give the name, the right person hasn't come through the door yet.
Yeah. And we also found out that the little, was it Emily? Is Ruby's sister.
Audrey.
Yeah. Audrey is Ruby's sister.
Yes.
The little girl that passed away really young. That
Yeah.
was Ruby's sister. We found
Yep.
that.
Yep.
That took years, but we found that out.
And it took, oh my gosh, it took a long time to get their last names. And it was another spirit that finally told us their last names.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I found out that Melody was a direct descendant of them.
Yep.
Did the girls know?
I think they did because they told her their name,
Right.
but we didn't have the last name, and Melody wasn't successful at getting it. And I was still working on that.
Mm-hmm.
I searched graveyards. I searched everything looking for Audrey, her time years that she told me about and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I was coming up empty-handed. But after one of the other spirits finally gave up her last name, boom, bam, there she is.
Mm-hmm. Found it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that we discovered accidentally was the red light.
Yes.
In the
Yes.
basement.
Some people know about it and some people don't. So tell them how that red light works, Lori.
Well, accidentally, I don't know who had used the red light, but you were on the camera upstairs in the office, and somebody shone a red light filtered, and the apparition down in the basement, you could see it standing right there.
Just
I mean,
lit it right up, illuminated it.
yeah, it was crazy.
I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, and so I bought a flashlight that's got.
And she brought me one too.
Yeah, I left one with you, and I've got one with me. But I went downstairs, and Shelly was up on the camera, and there was a lady standing at the doorway, and the red light lit her up. Shelly, you could see it. And then we tried the blue light, and it was almost like a hole, like it was.
It leaves a void where they're at, like a black hole
Blue
void.
does?
Blue does. Yep.
And then the green light, you can't really see them.
Can't see anything at all with the green.
Not with the green, but the red you could see. It reflected or lit them up or whatever. But the blue, the wavelength of blue made it look like Shelly said, it's a black hole. I mean,
like a void there.
Yeah, but you can see the outline.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so we did that quite a bit, and the
So
little
something with the red light spectrum.
yeah, and the little boy was down there too. And
It lit him up so well, I could nearly tell his hair coloring and stuff. He's a blonde little boy, and
and we went downstairs. I went downstairs, and I told Shelly stayed upstairs so she could see the cameras.
watch the cameras while she's doing
I
it.
didn't see anything. I could feel things. It got really super cold down.
But you couldn't see him?
I couldn't see it, but Shelly could see him on the camera with the red light. But
yeah, she couldn't see him with her eyes.
I couldn't see him. No. And I talked to him, and I left toys in there, the cat balls, and I don't know, all kinds of stuff down there. And I told him, I said it was okay for him to play with it. It was fine. That's why I left it down there, and I just give you something to play with. And then I left and went upstairs, and he played with it. I mean, the lights.
Yeah, we set the thing off down there.
Yeah, he was playing with it. That was.
We learned the red light will illuminate them. We also have learned by accident at the jail that you can film shadow spirits using the green spectrum of the night vision that's green.
Right.
You can film the shadow spirits all day long.
Mm-hmm.
I get a lot of those with, some of the best ones I've gotten with that is at the Thomas house.
Oh, yeah.
In their dining room. I had children running all over the place there.
Mm-hmm.
But the green works good on shadows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, green is for the shadows. And I don't know why that is. Why it's the green that brings them out, and you can see them very well. But your normal night vision, your IR night vision is very poor and next to will not film them.
Yeah.
Because where we see them all the time, you can see them with your eyes, okay?
Mm-hmm.
My night vision cameras, and the jail is cameraed all over.
Right.
I could never catch them on film, and I just couldn't figure out why am I not getting this. And I guess I wasn't studying at the time specifically how the IR night vision works until I dug into it. Of course, you know how I am.
I do.
When somebody was there, that was when Chris Fleming was there. You were there, right, Lori, for that?
Yep.
And somebody had one of those digital recorders that filmed in green.
Yep.
And caught it.
Yep.
And I'm like, hold up. Let's test this now. I mean.
And it worked.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was by mistake.
Yeah.
Finding that.
Mm-hmm.
Some of my best things have been found by mistake.
Right. I mean,
really and truly.
So I try to share information because it's stuff that people can utilize and maybe get some amazing research out of it. I don't know. I mean,
well, we're supposed to be working toward the same goal, right?
Well, I'm
it's not
sure
always the case, but
that's true. I mean, there's some people who try to keep information locked tight under, lock and key and don't want to, but that doesn't further anything because
Yeah.
no, it doesn't.
if I got an idea and something works, there might be somebody else who can broaden that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sure.
And add to it or something and figure out something even more.
Yep. Well, just
Well,
like
I
that.
have never understood trying to gatekeep anything because
Right.
I'm sorry, even if you're capturing this, if you're getting this evidence, you don't know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, none of us really, we know what we think based on experience,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But this is not a hard science. This is testing and testing and testing.
And the more people that you can test it,
Yes.
if hundreds and thousands of people can test it and it works.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's why everyone should know about something that's possibly, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Usable.
And I agree.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Because if you're going to gatekeep everything because you want to be on TV or you want a show or you want to
You are not a researcher.
Exactly.
You're not.
No.
You're just
You're not.
And I'm going to go out there and say that you're not. You're just you're in it for the wrong reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and those are the people that they get to the point that you can't really trust their evidence, because
they don't want to show how they got it, the
Right.
method they used, and who knows? Is it fake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got raw.
Well,
I keep every raw data, and anybody could say, I'll show you the raw thing, unclipped raw data.
Mm-hmm.
I have no problem with that.
Yeah. Especially when we came back from the train station and you plugged it into the speakers, and it was like,
well, we were just looking at each other with big eyeballs, like, "Oh my gosh, do you hear that?
Did you hear that?"
Well, but that isn't that just the best?
Oh my!
It is, and it's because we knew they were talking, but we couldn't really understand what they were saying because the train was so loud.
Yeah,
but
it was like that.
You can hear everything really very clear.
Yeah. It just says lights up, lights up.
Well, so I'm like, what does that mean? What does that mean? So I looked up back in the old days. They used to have
physically
train stations before they had them automatic arms and the lights. Mm-hmm. They had somebody standing at those crossing guards, a live person with lanterns.
Yeah.
Back in the day, and that's what they would say, lights up, and they'd hold them lanterns up.
So that's so interesting.
Yeah. We learned that day.
Mm-hmm.
See, I mean, that's what it's all about, is getting the opportunity to find this stuff. I mean, how cool is that?
Yeah. And we figured out a lot of it was that first time we were listening to it. Some of it seemed like they were intelligent, and some of it was residual.
Yes.
Hear miss you. We could hear like somebody yelling, miss you.
Uh-huh.
It was
when the train was going by.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And
that made me feel a little some kind of way. You know what I mean? when we heard that.
Yeah. So, it was, I think we caught some intelligent because they did answer questions. Did you see the sheriff? Yes. Yes.
Where is he? Over there. He's over there.
So that was like, it was an intelligent response. But then you hear like people talking like miss you type thing. And I'm thinking, okay, that sounds more residual.
Yes.
Or talking to somebody else.
Right. And it was it was crazy. And then we went back and when we
went back and heard even more, and then they told us we can go back to Paulding now. Yeah. I was like, I'm taking that. This is all that we can find. That we have
Yes.
found it all.
Yeah.
But we are done.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
But the thing that was really bizarre was, other than that first train came through at 10:30 and it was going toward New York, the next day we got there about the same time. It was about 10 minutes later, but it was coming back.
Yes.
Okay.
So we caught it going and we got it coming back.
Mhm.
And getting responses like when somebody would come back, like the car's over here, or you go over here or parked over here or something. I can't remember. We got chatter, like they were
Conversations. This
Yeah.
like normal coming home conversations.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So it was our eyes just like, what? Oh my gosh, did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Yeah.
And we slow it down and play it again, and it was like plain as day.
And Laddie's such a small town too, and there were people. The first time people were walking through the park that's nearby a ballpark and the Ball Diamond, and they were probably like wondering, what are these doing out here?
And who are they talking to?
Yeah, and yeah, it was something. It was something, and I'm just glad we found it. I mean, because you were doing the research, and it made no sense that they would catch the train in Paulding, because literally the original one in Paulding was directly behind the jail.
Yeah, it was. And that was a grain or a locally like moved lumber and grain and stuff like that.
That wasn't a train, like a
Passenger train.
It wasn't a thing. So that's when there was two other ones in Paulding. There was Laddie and another, I can't remember where it was at, but the other place was too far. Because
Right.
left at 10 and got to the train station by 10:30 by his wagon. It would make more sense going to Laddie.
Right. It would have been perfectly timed in a buggy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And
Okay.
it was we were both in shock.
Well, I meant because y'all have been working on this for years, right? Literally years, several.
Mm-hmm.
And the last year that we did the research, we wanted to get them during their preparation for the trip. This investigation was what, 8 days, 7 days?
Yeah.
It was a week because they leave early to get to where they're going. And we wanted to have a chance to talk with them about what they're doing, their preparations. And so
about the babysitter, we found out who was
coming. Maybe it was a 6 day. It was 6 days or something like that.
Yeah.
It was, so we devoted a whole week to the fourth year. Yeah.
Year. And we found out, they told us who was babysitting, that type of thing. But like I said, the last year the kids weren't there.
Right.
But that was also the year Cookie died, and they used to play with Cookie.
Right.
Dennis' house. So with Cookie passing away really, really close to the time, I think the kids were there playing at Jenna's. I really
because I'll have everyone know there are spirit animals. Okay.
Yes,
we are pretty positive of that now.
Yeah.
As well.
Well,
I know I have plenty here, so
we had a dog bark quite a few times.
Yeah, we have.
And I think that's people always, well, they don't have souls. There's nothing to, there's
their
nothing
energy
to be
just
left
like
over.
everyone. Their energy just like everyone.
Yeah, they are. Mm-hmm. And there is no way that anybody could tell me that my lab wasn't a spiritual being. I mean, she was cognizant. She was so aware, and she communicated very well.
Yeah.
You know, this one, the horse that stretched out over here, he is that way also. And he's a rescue that I got as an adult. So, you know, they do. When I took him to the vet last Thursday, he got between my knees like a shepherd will do sometimes, but he wasn't there to protect me. He was there to stay with me because he did not want me to leave him at the vet. You know, and he communicated that to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, I know that your dog sitter is not available and I have to do this. So you're going to stay here for 3 sleeps and then I'll be back to get you. And he was like, and he got up. But they are smart and they do. And I mean, granted, these are, you know, he's a Aussie blend and Tipper's a full Aussie, and they're smart. Kylie was smart. Heidi was smart. I mean, I haven't had one that wasn't.
I think too, animals are sent to people purposefully sometimes too. I really
They
do.
are. They absolutely are.
I would,
because if that's not your animal, you can't do anything with it.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I
kind of like men.
I've got all the cats in the neighborhood, you guys.
Yeah, you do. You do. Which is really cool.
I now have, okay, so this is getting away from paranormal, but I gotta tell you guys about this really quick. Okay, so we've rescued a couple cats.
A couple?
Well, we take care of a whole colony.
You have a colony of cats.
We do have a colony out, and I do everything. Vincent gets aggravated at me sometimes, but he also has a squishy heart for cats. So while he gets mad at me, he will
do a squishy heart. Period.
He will do whatever for them too. So we brought in one cat, and you know, I let it pick a friend. We went to the pet store, and then last fall, another cat was injured, and we took it to the vet and got it patched up. Now, this cat, these are all females that's in the house. There's 5 of them now. Five of them.
Oh my!
Plus the 15 outside. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
so
I do.
So this cat, this last one, it's so cute. It's so sweet. It was so feral, but it was sick and hurt. So we caught it, took it to the vet, patched it up. Over the months, we've hand tamed it down some, and now Molly, it's separated from all the other cats, but Molly will visit, and that's my baby, the calico.
Mm-hmm.
She visits and tolerates it and likes it through our French doors, the windows. She has learned to like it now. So I wanted to go ahead and go take this little cat and do all of its veterinarian things and get it all ready to go so I can let Molly actually be its friend, right?
Right.
So week 1, supposed to take it to the vet. Vincent's out of town. I'm trying to cage it. No, it acts feral again. I'm like, oh my gosh, I tried 45 minutes to cage this animal, and not in a tiny little carrier either. I tried the one that you can take on an airplane, the big ones.
Right. Yeah.
The live animal ones on wheels. So it wasn't like I was trying to stuff her in some tiny little cub. Nope, no can do. Rescheduled the appointment. Vincent, and she sits on Vincent's lap sometimes. So Vincent tries to cage her, kennel her, cage her in one of those carriers. Nope. She got away from Vincent. Then she hid. He couldn't find her, and it was just a nightmare. Rescheduled for the 3rd time. We get her when we're both home, because I wasn't home when he tried to do it. So we're both home, and this was on last Saturday. We get her in the airplane carrier, which is big on wheels. Get her to the vet. She's not happy when she first gets to the carrier, of course. We get her to the vet, and the vet wheels her back into their little room where they're going to try to do her FIV tests and all of that. And they couldn't do it because she acted feral. The lady and this VCA hospital, they are so kind and gentle, and I would recommend them to anybody. She comes back and she's like, we couldn't do anything. This cat was so impressive, climbing the glass walls in the room and stuff. I'm like, are you serious? It took us 3 times to get her there. And then they had one heck of a time getting her back in the kennel, but there was no way because it was stressing her out too much and she was just everywhere. So I'm like,
Right.
So now she's got an appointment this Saturday and we're going to give her some mild sedation.
That's a really good idea.
So Friday night, I've got to crumble this pill in a little treat, and then 2 hours prior to the visit, crumble another one in a little treat, so she can be calm. So let's see if the 4th time. But I'm just like, this cat. I do understand animals are brought to you, but what is going on here?
That one's a good guess. I would hesitate to for an opinion on that.
I'm just like,
Oh no.
Could be a penance. I mean, this could be penance. I don't know.
I'm just like, little sweetie, I'm trying to let you be mingling because she wants to visit the other cats too, and the other cats see her, and she's separated,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm like, don't you know we have to do this so you can have friends? Because I'll tell you something about stray cats. If you get a stray cat from a colony, that's ingrained to them.
Mm-hmm.
They are social with other, like they want to be a pack. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 of them were strays where Molly and Zoe were not, of course. 2 of them were, in-home litters, but the other ones, they're pack cats, and that's what they like. And it's just like, I can't risk the health of my other ones, not knowing if you're FIV and blah, blah, blah. You have to have a test, little sweetie.
Right.
Sure.
So I'm done
How long
talking
have you
about.
had, sweetie?
Now Sweetie was the first rescue where she wanted to be saved. That one, we've had her 2 years now.
It's 2
Wow.
years, 3 years now.
Has it been 3?
I think it's been 3 years.
It might have been 3. And I know Molly and Zoe, we've had like 5.5 years.
Right.
Sweetie, maybe 3. And this little one has going on December will be a year that we've had her inside.
Okay.
December will be a year. And I'm just like, we have to, go forward if it took months though to ham tame this one. She just, and like Vincent patched her up, and, he wanted to not have to put her back outside and everything. And so it's taken a lot of time to work with this one here.
Mm-hmm.
But trying to kennel her, trying to cage her in those carriers, like she turned feral again.
Well, she went back to what she knew for her protection.
Yeah.
Yes. So while we can pet her, pick her up for brief moments and stuff, and she's sweet as ever and just really pretty. Yeah. December. Actually, the weekend of my birthday will be a year she's been indoors, and
Wow.
it's just been, the last good couple of months that we've got her really pretty good hand tamed,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'm just like, we'll just have to work with that. I mean, so if you're wanting to keep her inside,
Yeah.
because I mean, once you've help them out. It's tough just to throw them back out in the wilderness. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So we're doing all that we can to make this good for all of them. But oh gosh, she's throwing us curveballs.
Well,
But you know, speaking about pets though, I tell you, I catch these cats on occasion watching stuff that's not there, that I can't
right.
see with my eyes. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that is always very bizarre.
Well,
I'm
you,
like,
Well, my
you,
dogs do that. I'm
well,
putting, in case you're wondering, I'm still here.
at the
what'd you
jail,
say, Lori?
you have the cats at the jail that come in and kind of
Yeah.
roam around and talk and look.
That was so bizarre. That
Mhm.
black cat
That black cat that came in and took a stroll,
looked around and went back out.
went right outside, kind of he
We
meowed.
give it some roast meat. We give it some dinner after it went back out.
Mm-hmm.
We had for the Halloween parties 2 years in a row now. We'll have cats come up and mingle with the guests and
Mm-hmm.
act like they're part of the crew.
Mm-hmm.
They probably feel like they are.
I mean, I think they can tell. I mean, animals can tell if you like them or not. I'm pretty sure of it.
Oh yeah.
I'm positive. I mean, yeah.
And I
They
think
also know who doesn't because that's who they harass.
and I think they see things we can't. I'm pretty sure of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm.
I'll agree with that.
That's for sure.
You know, I don't understand. I don't understand why it's so unexpected by people when. I mean, I've seen ghost cats.
Oh yeah.
I've seen ghost
Mm-hmm.
dogs.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that.
And, you know, to me, that's just kind of the weirdest thing because I know who they are,
Right?
but, you know, because I had a big white Spitz mixed dog named Willow, and I was coming in from outside. I've been out with the kids, and we have a deck, and then sliding glass doors into the living room, and then there's a step up to the hall, and you go to the right to go in the kitchen. I opened that door and walked in, and Willow came walking around the corner from the hallway, did the little dog leg to go into the kitchen, and she was gray, like a silver gray.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, well, hello. It's nice to see you. But, you know, I was she had 4 different homes. We were her first safe one. So, you know, she and I had a big relationship. So it doesn't surprise me that she would not go anywhere because we were her safe place.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I think too, sometimes when you get an animal that comes to you for a certain, and you can weigh in on this, and I don't know if have you had pets, Lori? Do you got any pets?
I haven't had one for a while.
But I think they come to you at particular times as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you're lacking something, when you're needing something. You do you understand what I'm saying? Maybe emotionally or something.
It is an emotion. If you have that bond,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have that with every animal that you rescue.
Right.
But if you have that bond, then I think that they show up if you're in stress, if you are ill, if you are just
Mentally depleted for
fragile.
whatever reason.
Yeah, if you're in a fragile state,
yes,
then they will show up. But you know, when I was injured, when I hurt my knee, and I had to be in bed for 3 months, and Heidi stayed with me the whole time in my bed. She was the only dog I would let in my bed. She's also discovered the squamous cancer on my arm in that period. and I had to wait until I could walk on a walker at least to get to the dermatologist because I had stairs to maneuver and just to get out of the house was a theater production.
Right.
But it would drive her crazy. I had to, when she started reacting like that, I knew it was cancer, right? And I knew I couldn't do anything about it right then, and which was tripping me out. But I had to cover my arms so that she would not try to gnaw that off of me.
Mm-hmm.
And because she was a little mini golden, and it was so trippy. And do you know that I do not see her? I feel her sometimes. I saw Willow, and I've seen Max, my first 2 dogs, but I haven't seen any of the others as far as physically see a manifestation of them. I feel them around me a lot, and I'll get brushed up against, but I don't get to
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I would really have thought that Heidi would be the one I would see.
Right.
And
Right.
Kylie. But they're here because you'll hear Kylie's little gloom, gloom, long-legged lab. So she, I know. And then, my 80-pound Aussie who thinks he's a lap baby. I have a feeling that he will always be by my side. So,
right.
yeah, it's just funny to watch. So it's funny to watch him interact with my 30-pound mini Aussie.
Right.
That's a freaking riot. So, it is what it is. But I think that any animal that you have a bond with, I think that that's going, the others were pretty comfortable. Willow was the dog in dire need. In fact, when we met, I walked into my sister-in-law's house and she jumped up on the futon beside me and just leaned on me like, where have you been? And my sister-in-law looked at me and said, well, that's your dog. And I was like, your brother is not going to let me have another dog. And she said, well, you're taking her home because this dog, we've had her for like a week or 2 weeks or whatever. This is the first time that she has sat down.
Wow.
Beside anybody. And obviously.
That's what she meant by that. This is your dog.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she was. And she is the only one that I have seen a full manifestation of.
Wow.
So definitely mine. But, when they have such need, I mean, because, Heidi was here when I had a need, right?
Yeah.
And I couldn't let anybody else up here because they would be too rough.
Right.
And they weighed too much because they'd moved the bed. So, and that leg couldn't bend. But, it's just the things that you think about when you started talking about, some are just yours. They are just yours.
I think so. I think they are brought to you for.
I went on down a whole tangent with that. So sorry about that. But
hey,
me and animals, y'all know that.
I mean, it's part of, animals are very much part of paranormal.
Oh,
They
yeah.
are.
I mean, you can't really discount them just because they're animals. They're still energetic, living beings.
And they're very aware of what's in your house.
Absolutely.
Which can be trippy dippy for your husband. So.
Yeah. So,
what is she looking at? I was like, got nothing, baby. There's nothing there. There's nothing there.
But they watch something. But they watch something go across the whole room, and you're like, okay.
Well, usually if they're feeling it, I'm feeling it. But it's just like nothing. There's nothing.
Right.
Because I do want him to be able to sleep in his own,
Now, okay, so let's go on another paranormal rabbit hole, and
because
I'm very I'm very on the fence with some things. Okay, I am, because if I have no experience with it, and I'm not sure, I want to find out. So I like to examine the notion of, and there's people that see them, people that will swear by them, and it's the fairies.
Okay.
Okay, I've never seen one. Okay, but I will tell you this. I mean, I'm really open-minded about it, but I've had instances where I've been outside and I'm planting stuff, and I grow flowers and I do all of those things because that's what I do.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
And I will need something, or I think I need something,
Mm-hmm.
and it's magically given to me.
Yes.
Like last spring, I use the violets, and violets are, they're a psychic flower. They promote psychic abilities and connections and stuff. And when I make my candles, I use violets in the psychic, well, in the psychic candles. And I was like, I've been sourcing organically grown and dried violets, and I'm just like, I want to grow my own violets. So I have them myself, just because I grow lots of things that I use. And I looked everywhere. All the places were sold out of violets. I couldn't buy any plants. And do you not know? Some violets popped up on my side yard. I have lived in this house since 2004 and never had a violet in my yard ever. So violets popped up on my side yard, and I'm like, I'm outside and I see them and I'm like, oh my gosh. And I didn't take them all. I took some of them and I'm like, oh wow, thank you so much.
Yeah.
The next day, I'm in my greenhouse out back, and behind my greenhouse, I see purple through the glass, and I'm like, what is that? Violets all over my yard behind my greenhouse, and I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like,
Okay.
thank you so much. And I never take them all because that's greedy. You take what you might use.
Yeah, you take what you need.
Mm-hmm.
And then my entire yard was covered in violets. My whole yard. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And the same happened with, there was somebody on another street that had trumpet vines, and I love those flowers.
Yeah.
I think they're so pretty, and they draw hummingbirds and butterflies, and I just love that. And like I said, I've lived here since 2004, and I told Vincent, I said, maybe when it gets pods, I can ask one of them, I can see if they'll let me have a seed pod from the trumpet vine that's growing in their yard, and I can grow some trumpet vines. Don't you know, boosh, a trumpet vine started at my back fence, which is great because they need something to vine on. They're vining all over my fence. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I've had the trumpets for 2 years now. And then another person was like, had some honeysuckle, and that smells nice.
Yes, it does.
And I was like, I would love to have some honeysuckle. And then don't you know, I got 2 patches of it. And so I would not notice it growing up the side of, I got this huge rose bush because I've been babying it and doing whatever. And it's so giant growing up the side of the rose bush. And I'm like, that's a honeysuckle plant. Oh my gosh. Thank you. So is this the work of, what is this the work of? The fairies?
I would say so.
I
Have you said out loud that that's what you wanted?
Yes,
Well,
yes,
then that's what that is.
because I've
it's
talked
very
to Vincent about it, and I'm like, um, you know, and you should give an offering or give back or whatever. And
Put some dimes out.
yeah, and I
Shiny.
always put something sparkly out or plant them some new little flowers or something, you know what I mean? And you don't take it all. That's what you got to learn. You don't take it all. That's greedy. So I'm like, what is this? Is this work of fairies? Where are they? Let me see who you are. Bringing me all these treasures.
Well, I will tell you that they do like shiny things.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
So
Yeah.
the shiny is good. When I go and we were leading an investigation in some woods not far from here, like
Uh-huh.
a hiking thing.
Yeah.
And my Native American mentor person was like, "Do you have dimes with you?"
Uh-huh.
I was like, "I don't know." She's like, "You need to have dimes with you." And I was like, "Okay, why the dimes? I mean, have stones? No, they like shiny metal things. So dimes are a good thing."
Okay.
And that's true. So,
Okay.
because they're never where I leave them.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. And like in my yard, there's no, I mean, my dogs go in my yard. That's it. David doesn't even go downstairs much.
Uh-huh.
So, you know, yeah.
So dimes is the best gift. Okay.
Well, they're small
Yeah. Yeah.
and they're shiny and they have a fun little rim thing. So,
Interesting.
and they disappear. But that
So
first night that it happened in the woods, you could have knocked me over with a feather
no kidding.
because I didn't believe it.
Well, and see, I mean, like when people would talk about it, I'm like, well, I don't know, but something is giving me these things.
Well, yeah. And you're getting a lot because,
Yes.
you know, but it's also helping because of how you use them.
Right.
You're not greedy with them.
Right.
You share them.
they
Right.
know what they're using it for.
Yeah, your intent has a lot to do with that.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, yeah. Okay. I believe that. But I have got lots of treasures. And in the jail yard too. Stuff has
Well,
popped up.
you do stuff at the jail. You get pretty stuff growing at the jail.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
And
very unexpected.
and then I'm like, wow, I look what I'm gifted. Wow.
Yeah.
It's always exciting.
Oh yeah. Seems like
Well, go ahead, Lori.
no, it just seems like every year she gets something new.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Like the
Well,
one year they had the self-heal was all over the jail yard and
Mm-hmm.
and I gathered a lot of it up. Not every single bit of it, but I gathered a lot of it up because that's good for a lot of different things, actually, really.
Mm-hmm.
I love that you know all that stuff.
I'm the plant person, so
You're also a kitchen witch, so I think that's
Yeah.
fun.
so Vincent, he'll be on job sites or whatever, and if he sees a different type of plant or something, he'll send me pictures of it. Do you need this? So today he sends me a picture of hedge apples.
Edge apples.
Yes. And do you know what those look like?
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
so
we
he
don't
didn't know what it was. He did the identifier and he sends that to me and I'm like, oh yeah, the seeds are good. So yeah, the tree should be around somewhere and it'll be great, big and huge.
Yeah.
Find me 3 or 4 of them. I'm like, do not send me pictures of anything you aren't prepared to gather.
There you go. Yeah. I tell you what, that plant identifier is handy.
It is very handy.
I love that. I use that all the time.
I do too. I love it. Yeah, it's great.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was today. So I'm expecting some hedge apples come Friday. But it's actually a highly protective plant. I mean, the hedge apples. Did you know that?
Oh yeah.
Used for
Protected
protection and
For a
stuff.
Protected in what way?
Against negativity and evil entities and all that kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
And while you shouldn't eat the flesh or whatever, the seeds, if you roast them from a hedge apple, they have some health benefits. You can eat the seeds if you roast them.
Okay.
Very interesting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hedge apples I used to gather them up. My first husband and I used to go trapping, and he would boil the hedge apples, and it would dye and take the smell away from the metal from the trap. We used to do, that's what I could remember hedge apples were used for, was for dye. He could dye his trap.
And that's what they say. Yeah, you get the dye out of it, and you can also get the dye out of the bark of the tree. Even I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's
I learned that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
What color does it dye?
Yellow, I do believe. Isn't that right? Yellow.
Mm-hmm. It's
Lori?
kind of yellowish color.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it takes the smell of the trap away.
Right.
Well, so I learned that now today about that. It gets rid of animal odors, right?
Yeah, animals, and it keeps around. If you put it around things, it keeps other animals away. It's been a long time since I've thought about hedge apples. We're talking 50 years ago.
Right. He finds some crazy things sometimes.
Yeah. So hedge apples are useful.
They really are. So I'm like, the tree, and it should be really big. The tree should be pretty big. So look around. If you found one, there should be some more.
Oh, yeah.
Just gather me up 2 or 3 of them. That'll be fine.
He's going to bring you home a tree in his truck.
Because that's what he said. You want the tree or the balls? He called them. I'm like,
yeah, the
you're
tree.
not gonna get the tree. The tree that's growing them is going to be giant.
Yeah, that'd be tough to transport.
Right.
We're talking Vincent here.
Yeah, get me the
Vincent
ball.
can manage anything. If she tells him she wants it, he goes to great lengths to get it. So.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, don't try to get me a tree.
Vincent, if you're listening, don't get the tree. So
the falling fruits are fine.
The seeds are inside of those, so we're
good.
Good.
Yes.
How many seeds do they have?
It's quite a few. It's quite a few when you cut one open. It's the circular, where they grow in there circular like. There's just quite a few.
Yeah.
Is it like inside a regular apple?
No, like the apple is like a pit, but this is like larger than that inside there. Wouldn't you say, Lori?
Yeah, a hedge apple is really hard.
They're really hard, and it's about the size of they can be anywhere from an orange to a grapefruit.
Yeah, they're be
big.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they're green, and they'll turn yellow, and
and
they're all bumpy. It's all bumpy.
Yeah. We got
so interesting.
The ditches
are really hard and tough. We used when I was a kid, we used to throw them at each other, like me and my cousins and my brother.
I mean, these like
because they're like softballs. I mean, they're really hard.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you don't want to be getting a fight with hedge apples.
No.
They'll hit you like a rock.
Yep.
Noted.
But that's what we used to do with them when we were little kids. We were bad.
No, we used to too. I mean,
Yeah, throw them.
Well, you were bad too. You're still bad. You're still bad.
That's what country kids do.
When I get back
That's what country kids do. They have hedge apple fights.
Those were the days.
Yeah.
We're going to do that the next time we're in Scotland, right?
Right?
We're
Yeah.
going to initiate Scottish Paranormal with that.
Yeah. We'll take some
Haunted
hedge.
Scotland,
Oh, good.
as they
Good.
go by.
Yeah. Take some hedge apples with us.
They probably grow them. Shelly, you've got to go with us there.
I would love to go at some time. I really would.
Pretty cool.
Love it.
It is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I love what I like about like Scotland, and not just, some of the haunted places and the history and all of that, but I just love the architecture of some of the buildings, and it's just amazing. Some of them old places,
Yeah.
The castle.
Well, they don't allow skyscrapers in Edinburgh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They repair what they have there already. And if they build, they have to build according to those designs.
Yep.
Yeah, it's some of those buildings are just, and some of the places, the little places like out in the countryside that's got all the wildflowers and stuff. Girl, I just love that.
Yeah. Everybody thought I was crazy because I wanted to get out of the cities and stuff. And then
And go see that stuff. Yes.
this year we did, and they understood why I was pitching such a fit to get out of the cities.
Because of the view of it. I mean,
Yeah.
you go to Europe and they've got some of the prettiest wildflower gardens and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and the people have the wildflowers growing all around their places, and
Oh yeah.
and the brickwork, and I just love it.
Yeah.
I really do. I live vicariously through everyone's posts when you're over there.
There was that one Drummond Castle that had the English garden. Like if you were watching a television show that has an English garden,
is so
it's
beautiful.
that. And even at the back of that garden, there was a hill going up out of it, and a grassy hill, and they were driving golf balls up there. So it's multifunctional. That English garden was multifunctional. But and they have peacocks and
so pretty, so pretty.
Oh, it's always beautiful. Since we finally got to really go into the Highlands.
Yeah.
There's nothing like it. I mean.
Yeah. And y'all thought I was crazy.
Oh, no. I would have known. The first year I would have been like, let's go look at this, because I'm a flower person. And
well, the Highlands, I mean, I wanted to see tours which are basically naked mountains.
Yeah.
And they have stuff growing, but you can't really tell it. And there's like a Tour National Park, which is down by the borders. We never did get south. That's for another trip. But we did get up to the Highlands. Thank you very much to Highland Paranormal and our friends there, Barry and Liam. And then Helen. We had such good company. Lori got to see Skye from a distance.
Yes.
And I got to see the Scotland that I've always been looking for. 3 years. Took me 3 years to find it. And, it was just, we got to investigate at a place called Pool House, which was in a town called Pool U, like the sheep. And we had lunch on the banks of the loch. It was pretty cool. And, but it was also very active. So that was fun.
Yeah.
And, but there's just that age. There's so much there, and there's so much activity there. And there's some of it that I'm not going to ever seek again. I wasn't actively seeking the experiences I had. They hurt. But, it was just that those spirits are so smart, and the spirits are experienced, if that makes sense. And
plus there's a lot of ancient.
Yes.
You know, there's old, but there's ancient. And
Yes.
you can feel it. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know how else to explain it other than you can feel that. It's
Yes.
the energy is old.
I mean, I think if I went there, I would have to have many days because I would get on the train and go visit all kinds of everywhere.
Not if
I
you're
wouldn't
traveling with
be
Rick
there just
McCollum.
for I wouldn't be there just for a haunted excursion. I would just be like, I want to see this and this and this and this.
And it's very easy to do that unless you're with Rick McCollum,
Right.
who takes his job as my bodyguard very seriously. He and David connive against me.
Yeah.
They really do. But, you know, St. Andrews and the area, we had the best time because our friends took us from St. Andrews. They wanted to show us this beach town. It was called Creel. And it was flippin' ancient.
Oh,
One
yeah.
of the houses had 1609.
Wow.
And the whole town was that old.
Yeah.
And it was also the only place in Scotland that we went that was flying a Union Jack, which I found very odd.
Mm-hmm.
And the people that had taken us were very much Scottish nationalists. So I did ask Gary about the flag, and he was like, "It's just wrong." I was like, "Well, that's what I thought, but you know,
We didn't understand.
and really, I still don't."
Yeah.
But it was, but Gary and Lynn last year took us everywhere. We were having so many investigations that we did not know what town we were sleeping in. Really.
Yeah.
No kidding. I still don't know the name of the town where that Bankfoot Inn was, but it was a pretty little town.
Mm-hmm.
But it was so, and the only reason I know that's the name of the inn was because I took a picture of the sign out the window so that I would remember because we got there at almost midnight.
It was
And we're getting picked up at 8. So, yeah. But Mikey's the only one that stayed up to investigate that night.
Yeah.
But and got something.
Mm-hmm.
But it was
but Perth was pretty cool though.
It was. You would like Perth.
Yeah.
You really would like that town.
That town was small, but it was ancient too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's every place you go to, it predates everything.
The Fairmaid House was from the 1400s.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. See,
and
I was just like,
yeah.
Yeah. And
some of the maps that they had there.
Yeah.
Were. See, I wouldn't want to go during an excursion because I feel like I would want to really take in everything. You know what I mean?
We did. I mean, we were very fortunate. There was a young man there that was the docent of that facility. And it was just us in there with him.
We were the first ones to go in to actually do an investigation with equipment.
Yeah. Wow. And it was fantastic.
Yeah. Amazing.
I had a
lot of Admiral Byrd's things.
So let me ask you this. Since I have not been anywhere past Canada yet, do the spirits have an accent when you get an EVP?
Yes.
Yeah.
They do.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, because you're talking to Scotsmen and women.
Yep.
Yeah. They don't sound British. And they don't sound American. They're definitely Scots.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
And they can't always understand them.
Yeah.
So, living or dead.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
But oh my God, it's 9 o'clock.
It is. And you know, time always flies when we're having fun.
So we're going to tell everybody thank you so much for being here. And Shelly and Lori, thank you for joining me. And we will be back. And Sunday will be Fate Mag Radio. And then, of course, next week we'll be back. Same cat time, same cat channel. Y'all take care. And thank you again. I appreciate all of you being here. Good night.
Thanks for having me. Good night, y'all.
Night.